What's that? What's that?
It's my jacket.
There's no audio going. It's going through your headphones.
I don't care.
Let's capture you retarded kid during class. Not to you. I said that, is it?
Dude, now can get copyrighted strike. I do. I want to make money. Are you a seal, Gavin?
I'll be a whale.
Be a lizard. Snake? Penis?
Since 2011, Syria has been torn apart by a civil war. More than 100,000 people have been killed, and more than 1.5 million Syrians have become refugees. They've had to leave their homes. The international meeting in Geneva has tried to find
I dropped something.
the U.S. and other countries to help restore peace in Syria. Syrian officials say this is a Syrian conflict and it needs to stay that way. Like the Civil War itself, it's complicated. And why is this meeting happening in Switzerland anyway?
Shaky hopes for Syria's peace on the stable and neutral ground of Geneva. The Swiss city is known as the world's negotiating table, where brute force and battle won't gain any ground. The international status of the city was cemented after World War I as the seat of the ill-fated League of Nations. Then again, after the Second World War in 1945, housing key departments of the newly established United Nations. From Vietnam, the Cold War, to talks on the Balkans, the conflicts of the 20th century left a mark here in the search for peace. One reason, Switzerland's famed neutrality that allows Geneva to be a dispassionate arbitrator. The city also name-dropped in the famous Geneva Conventions, the standards which lay out international rules for human treatment in wartime.
The Geneva Conventions and all other instruments of international humanitarian law must be scrupulously respected.
It's not just diplomats who gather here. FIFA, the Red Cross, CERN, and the famously watertight banks. All the hard work hasn't gone unnoticed, with 14 of the coveted Nobel Peace Prizes going to organisations and individuals from the city synonymous with the word. Becky Anson, CNN, London.
Moving across the world now to China. It's a communist country, which means the government officially has control over politics and the economy. China's constitution says citizens enjoy freedom of the press, but it also says that the state, the country, suppresses activities that endanger state security. What that means is that if China's government sees something as a threat in the media or on the internet, it can and often will censor it. One example, a trial has started for a Chinese activist. He's accused of organizing protests against government corruption. The government wants to control what is said about the trial, and it's cracking down on international media whose reports may not be in line with the message that the Chinese government wants to send.
So we're heading towards a court in Beijing where a prominent activist goes on trial today. Why? This is the
Just really quick, before the bell rings, make sure your desk gets put back correctly. Thank you.
public space.
And him. Here we see the classic case of a cannibal.
The reason he's in trial is because he had a gathering of people several times and was one of the founders of the New Citizens Movement. That is why there are all these police surrounding me. We're going to go try to look at the entrance of the court, which is a
Soon the situation violently escalated. Police in plain clothes, men targeting us, taking away our phones and ID, and breaking the camera.
They're physically manhandling us. They're physically manhandling me. This is a public space. I'm allowed to report. I'm allowed to report.
We're reporters. We're reporting in a public space.
Hey, team up! Team up!
Other international journalists were roughed up during the trial. One policeman told me they were following orders. They've moved us from the van into a police car. A government spokesman said they will investigate the incident, but that without law and order, there will be, quote, chaos in China.
Brought to you by Justin, Cody, and Tony Campbell. This is a retard. This is retard, and I'm out.